So Advent box number 2, let's make a bauble wreath. So you'll have your instructions and this is what you're going to make. The only thing extra that you might want is some pliers, but they're not essential because the wire is quite easy to bend yourself. Right, so you have your baubles in a box and a piece of wire, a pipe cleaner and some ribbon. Now your ribbon might be red and your pipe cleaner might be red, so it varies depending on which set you've got, but you've got the same materials. So what I've done is I've just emptied my baubles into a basket just to make it easier for me to manage, shaped the wire into a circle, and you'll see there's a hook on the end so that once I have put all the baubles on, I can thread it through and use the end to make a hook so it can be hung up. You can see that pliers aren't really necessary because it is nice bendy wire. So once you've got yourself in a circle that you like, about that size, then you're going to start threading on your baubles. So just pick them randomly so that you get a mixture of colours and just let them slide on. What you do need to be wary of, that the tops of the baubles do pop off, they're not glued on, so you just need to be a little bit careful of that. If it really annoys you, you could put a bit of use a glue gun to stick them down, but as long as you're careful with them, you should be able to get them on. Now some of the baubles are shiny and some of them are a matte, so just vary how you're adding them so you get a bit of a mixture, and you just keep going until you've got all of the baubles on. So I'm going to speed that up super quick so that you don't have to watch it really slowly. Right, so I did stop the video because it takes a little while to get them on. I didn't want you to have to watch an awful long time of me just threading baubles on. So once you get them on like that, just give them a shuffle down so they're where you want them to be, and bring your wreath back into a circle. Thread the wire into the loop that you created and just pull it up tight. That will happen, you will lose a few that you'll just have to reattach, and that's it. Make yourself a loop at the top like so. So I'm just going to make sure that they're where I want them to be, and then any that have popped off because I've just squeezed it a little bit tight at the top, I can pop those back on like so. Finding where they're from is the tricky bit. Okay, so that's my circle of baubles, and then I'm going to work on the bow. So this way you might need to grab a pair of scissors, and you might just want to cut the end like this. So if you fold your ribbon in half and just cut it off at an angle, then that will give you that lovely shape at the end of the bow, and you can do that on both sides, and then just leave a section to about a length like that, and then fold it back on itself, and then fold it back on itself again, so that it gives you a tail on both sides. And then using your pipe cleaner, gather the center together and wrap the pipe cleaner around it and twist, and that's going to hold the bow in position, and then it means you can pull these longer sections down make the bow into a pretty bow. Bring the longer sections here, and then keep these long sections of your pipe cleaner to attach your bow to your Christmas wreath. And then I like to pull the ribbon through the centre so that it hangs like that. So if I just turn that round, you can see that you can just use those pipe cleaners to carefully wind the bow around the wreath, twist them together, and then you can just cut off the excess so you haven't got that hanging down in the way. And then there you have your Christmas wreath, and it's a lovely quick way of making a colourful bright wreath for your home. Use for inside, as the baubles won't last too well outside. So enjoy making your wreath.